Hello everyone! Bit of an update video. Probably could do with one, to be honest with you, so I'm going to do one very quickly. He said, well, on a video that'll probably turn out to be 25 minutes long or something stupid like that. But anyway, you know how I roll by this point. Anyway, so, yeah, just a general state of thing, how things are going, and that sort of shit. So, wait, this is why sensible people do scripts for video, so they don't sit here going after they've started recording. Anyway, yeah, no, I just thought I'd do a little video to go over some of the series and how they're getting on and that kind of thing. I'm doing this off the top of my head. I may well forget to mention stuff. Fuck it, never mind. Main thing is content on the channel's been a bit one-sided recently. It's been pretty much New Vegas and almost nothing else. I'm aware of this, obviously, and I'm gonna be taking steps to, change that a bit. Main reason there's just so much New Vegas is because I fucking love New Vegas. It's such a brilliant game, and it's one of those ones which was sort of, I looked back at and thought, you know what, New Vegas was a really good game. And then I actually started playing it again as part of this Let's Play, and I thought, this game is not only good, it's actually better than I remembered it being. I fucking love Fallout New Vegas so goddamn much. Of all the new Bethesda, I know it's not made by Bethesda, but I'm going to call it a Bethesda game anyway, because, of all the new Bethesda games that have come out since Morrowind, New Vegas is hands down my favourite. And it may even, in some ways, I prefer it to Morrowind, to be honest with you, and that's saying a lot, because I love that game. New Vegas is such a good fucking game. It just, for whatever reason, does not tick me off and annoy me in the way that Oblivion or Skyrim, or even Fallout 3 tend to do. I don't really know why. I can't put my finger on why. I probably could, but we'd be here for ages if I did. So suffice to say, I fucking love New Vegas, and that's why I've been playing it so much and uploading it so much. I've got loads of episodes of it recorded, saved to my hard drive. I can afford to upload one every day, so why the hell not, I've got some Skyrim saved up. I've played a bit of Skyrim, not as much though, because Skyrim is all right, but it's still, it can feel like a chore sometimes, and it's a game that is good and also very, very, very annoying. I'm soldiering on with it anyway. I mean, I've been enjoying it. Having the Roderick Redbeard stuff installed has been an absolute riot. I absolutely fucking love it. More than I thought I would. So yeah, there you go. That's good old Some Guy 2000. Making Skyrim a slightly more interesting place for me to be in. More of that on the way. This chapter was originally supposed to be Dawnguard and pretty much nothing else, but that seems to have changed. Because Roderick Redbeard's mod is bigger than I originally thought it was. So anyway. But yeah, we'll get to the Dawnguard and all that kind of shit anyway, eventually. But anyway, so that will be coming. I've got more videos of that saved up, but I'm spacing it out a bit, just so that I don't have to record it too often, essentially. But there's more of that on the way. New Vegas is going to keep going and going and going and going. It's going to keep on trucking, just like every day of the week, pretty much, I think, to be honest with you, because every time I sit down and play that game, I record another, like, 3 or 4 episodes of it, because I start playing and I struggle to stop. I love it too much. I love the character, I love the world, I love the game. It's just brilliant. And you guys seem to love it as well. A heck of a lot, more than I was expecting people to. The reception for it has been fantastic. It's great because it's a series that's fun. It's compared to Skyrim or whatever, which, is a game that takes itself, in my opinion, a little too seriously. Does Skyrim. Same goes for Oblivion, really. Not quite so much, but Fallout New Vegas is a very silly game. All the Fallout games, maybe with the exception of Fallout 3, were silly and funny games. And New Vegas is no exception, and I love it. I really do. I really dig the silly parody-esque nature of the entire Fallout universe, and playing a character who is essentially a daft parody of a stereotype of a of a whatever really plays into that, and I really enjoy it. It's a real hoot, and you guys seem to have been getting a real kick out of it as well. If I've been asked, I probably would have shoved, because people have sent me over Twitter loads of really funny pictures actually based on the New Vegas LP. And I've actually started putting these in my loading screens in the game, just because I think it's quite hilarious. Putting them in there as posters and things on walls and loading screens and that sort of shit. But I'll put some in this video so you can see them. But I got a right old laugh out of some of these. And I've never really got stuff like that before for any of my previous Let's Plays, which for me feels like a bit of an indicator that people are really digging this one as much as I am. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, more New Vegas on the way, more Skyrim on the way. Oblivion hasn't been on for ages, and I've explained this before. But basically the reason is I don't want to play Oblivion anymore. I'm not going to rule out never coming back to it. I won't rule it out completely. I won't never say never and all that, but it's going to be a long-ass time. Oblivion's a game that's just... It was never my favourite of any of these games. In fact, it was my least favourite of all of them, to be perfectly honest with you. And it's hard work for me to try and play and enjoy. And at the minute, I just don't want to play it at all. I really could not give less of a shit about Oblivion. I'm sorry, guys. I know some of you have been enjoying the Oblivion videos, but that's just the way things are. I don't want to play that fucking game at the minute. I'm sorry. Even with it modded to buggery, and to be perfectly honest with you, starting another series of it was probably a mistake. I probably should have just said goodbye to Idris and then just left Oblivion behind. That's what I should have done, and I didn't, and now I've made a bit of a mistake in my honest opinion. I shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is now. So yeah, Morrowind hasn't been up for ages either. Morrowind is... I don't really know why I haven't got back to that. I think it was mainly just a case of... I was caught up in New Vegas for quite a while, but I'm going to record some new Morrowind very soon. In the next episode or two, I think we're probably going to end up meeting a character who's probably going to be important-ish to the whole sort of playthrough. It should make things a lot more interesting, at least, I hope. So that'd be cool. And, what else? What else? Let me think. Yeah, Rise of Flight, that was the other one. Rise of Flight's a bastard of a game, you see. I do like playing it, but for some reason, all the footage I record from Rise of Flight really hates Sony Vegas, or at least Sony Vegas really hates Rise of Flight, because basically, whenever I try to render videos for Rise of Flight, Sony Vegas keeps crashing, like, 9 times out of 10. I don't know why. I really have not got a fucking clue, because I don't have this problem with any of my other games. But basically, Sony Vegas is the program I use. I put all my video clips I record into it. I edit them together, put in the intros, outros, blah 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 blah. Then I render it so it compresses into a format that YouTube can use, and I upload it. Now, when you try to render it, when you've got everything set up and ready, and you start to compress it / render it in Sony Vegas with Rise of Flight footage, for some reason, it crashes during the rendering process a lot. The last video of Rise of Flight that I put out, it was recorded about like a week before it actually went up. And throughout that entire week, I had been attempting to render that fucking video, and it hadn't been working until it finally did. And then I finally uploaded the video. So that's really why I haven't been bothering with that much recently, because it is such a monumental pain in the behind to try and fucking render. But I'm gonna have another go. See how I get on. I might make some changes to my rendering process. Maybe try a different format, see if that works. It's a big old pain in the ass because I like to use one format for all my videos, just because it makes life a hell of a lot easier. But we'll see. I'd honestly like Rise of Flight to be done and finished with, so I can move on to something else. It was supposed to be a short LP, really, an Iron Man jobby for a game that is admittedly very hard. I just seem to have cheated death on a number of occasions and survived well beyond my expectations, which is cool but also slightly annoying, because to be honest with you, I hoped it would be a quick thing that would be over by now so we could have moved on to something else, but it's not. Anyway, so yeah, I'll get back to that. Morrowind will be popping up again soon. Skyrim videos will continue to sporadically appear. I will continue to not have a schedule because I'm not really in much of a position to use one at the minute, and schedules can just be a pain in the arse, frankly, because I start to stress out, you see, when I have a schedule about... I start to stress out if I haven't got a video ready for a certain day or something like that, and it doesn't do me any good in terms of my mental well-being, so I just record what I record and I upload it when it gets uploaded. And that's it, really. So yeah, that's the just general gist of it. Rise of Light will return soon. Morrowind will definitely return soon. Skyrim will upload whenever, and New Vegas, you can probably continue to expect that literally every day for the foreseeable future. I appreciate they're quite long videos and people are not going to be able to keep up, but for those of you that do keep up, enjoy. For those of you that don't, screw it. You've got a big old backlog now. You can wade through it at your will. So everybody wins, really, I think, as far as that's concerned. I get to play the game as often as I like. You guys get to watch it almost as often as you like. You get about an hour to 40 minutes a day of it. Yeah. So anyway, that's sort of it. That's kind of it. I managed to keep this to about 10 minutes, judging by the timer I've got here, so that's not too bad by my standards. Yeah, and the ACG stuff will continue. The response I got to the introduction to ACG video I put together was really positive and really cool. Much better than I expected. Glad, because it took quite a bit of effort to put that video together, but it was worth doing. ACG's obviously had quite a few recruits since I put that video up, so it obviously seems to have done its job. So yeah, welcome to all the new people. And for those of you that continue to just watch the videos because you enjoy them, rather than actually because you can't be asked to actually play the game itself, but you just want to watch it, that's fine. I can totally appreciate that. I do that with plenty of things. There are games I would much rather watch than play. That's totally cool. So anyway, yeah, those will continue to pop up every now and again. I'm going to work on a series of introductory tutorial type videos for Cliffs of Dover, I think. Starting with basic stuff like taking off and focusing on different planes and things. That's definitely going to happen. I've had requests for tutorials and stuff in the past. I did a very brief set. Well, I did two little tutorials for the old IL-2 1946 back in the day, which is still very much relevant to Cliffs of Dover because they cover the really basic shit like how to take off and what your control surfaces do and how an aeroplane works, really. Like, it's really super duper basic stuff, so I won't be redoing any of those, but I will be covering like how the initial hurdles you have to get over when playing Cliffs of Dover that a lot of newbies get confused with, and I will try and address them and do so in a fun and friendly format, don't you know? So anyway, that's it. That's literally everything. It's now 12 minutes, this video, so I need to shut the fuck up and stop talking and go. So yeah, peace, everybody. Ta-da. See you next time. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I'm off. Ah, shit. I knew there was something I'd forgotten. Yeah, the other thing... I fucking closed down the recording software and everything just now, and then looked at my desktop, saw the icon, and I was like, shit. The other thing was Caves of Cud. I did a few videos of Caves of Cud, and I will probably do some more in the very near future. There's been a bit of a break with those. I haven't stopped Caves of Cud at all. Basically, what I've done is, in the free time I've had over the last week or so, I've played a bit more Caves of Cud by myself in order to familiarise myself more with the game, so I'm a bit less of a useless noob when I record the videos. I've done a couple of characters now where I was a total noob, didn't know what I was doing. I've played the game some more now, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to do some more videos now, having played the game quite a bit, and I've got myself up to sort of like level 10 and above, I think. I got very far with a couple of characters, very far indeed. And got my head around which mutations are good, which ones aren't, and how best to play the game, and all that kind of stuff, basically. So I will be coming back with more Caves of Cud in the very near future as well. And other games too, other roguelikes might be fun as a side thing. Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead is a really good roguelike I haven't played in quite some time. I'd like to return as Project Zomboid at some point as well, maybe. Project Zomboid is the game I covered on my channel donkeys years ago. Back when I probably almost started this channel, actually, I did a little mini series of Project Zomboid, which is a zombie survival roguelike type thing. As is Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, but it's not an ASCII type jobby. Project Zomboid, it's a lot more advanced in some ways anyway. But that's a fun one. And yeah, there's others too. I'd like to have a go at some point. I've got a big old stash of roguelikes in my Steam and GOG libraries that I'd like to get around to having a go at. And although it's not a roguelike or anything, one game I'd like to have a go at some point is Kerbal Space Program. I haven't played Kerbal Space Program since it was... God, ages ago, literally years ago, but I played the shit out of it and I loved it. And I'd love to do a little Kerbal Space Program series at some point because I really do like that game. Recently re-downloaded it because it's... Is it out? I can't remember. Is it? I think it's been officially released now, hasn't it? Out of early access, it's been officially released or whatever, and it's got all the new stuff in there. The last time I played it, they didn't have the career mode and the science stuff in it at all. It was literally just sandbox, build a bunch of rockets, and try to get to the moon or wherever. They've added a whole shit ton of stuff to it since then. I want to have another look at Kerbal Space Program, and I may record myself whilst doing it, if you see what I mean. In addition to that, there's a bunch of 4X games that I've gotten into recently. Endless Legend and Civ Beyond Earth and Galactic Civ 3. I do really like 4X games. This is something I've pretty much almost never covered on my channel. The closest we ever got to it is probably the Hearts of Iron series. And it would be quite a cool thing to do. Although the thing is, it might be quite a long thing. I'm not really sure. I've played games of Endless Legend and just even Civ, you know, all those kind of games before, and it seemed time flies while you play these games, but I have yet to figure out really what that would translate to in terms of videos, because potentially if I started playing, say, Galactic Civ 3 as a series, even with just one game of it, with one civilization, could last for like dozens, if not hundreds of videos, so I need to think very carefully about that, but it's a thing I'd like to do. Also, I'd like to start streaming more often. I know there's been a long break in me streaming. I'd like to get back into it. Apparently now on Hitbox you can monetize your streams or whatever, but in the sense I mean that you can put ads on them and you can have paid subscriptions. Literally anyone apparently can do that on Hitbox now. You don't have to. It's not like Twitch where you have to have a certain number of followers or whatever associated bullshit. Apparently anyone can do it on Hitbox now, and I have to admit it's kind of tempting, although Hitbox and me have a mixed relationship at the minute, because on the one hand it's better than Twitch, on the other hand I can't type in the Hitbox chat for some reason. It doesn't work on my computer. The chat on Hitbox is fucking broken for me and has been for months now. I don't know why, but it's kind of annoying. So anyway, yeah, but I'd just like to be streaming more in general, and although I've hinted at this in the past, I am working on a Patreon thing. I know lots of people have been saying to me, dude, why the fuck don't you get a Patreon? Especially when half your New Vegas videos are getting copyright claimed anyway because of the music in them. And the answer is yeah. Yeah, I need to do a Patreon thing. And I mean this in the sense that I literally do need to. I won't go into details just because I don't like to share this kind of shit on the internet, but financially life is a bit tough at the moment for me, and a Patreon thing would be awesome if I could ever be asked to set one up. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to approach it, but anyway, that's a thing that might happen at some point. Anyway, just so you know, just you're forewarned. People will obviously flip tables and go batshit about whenever Patreon or anything involving money is mentioned when it comes to YouTube. I don't really know why. It doesn't affect them whatsoever. It's not compulsory or anything. I wouldn't be locking content behind a paywall or anything insidious as that. So yeah, whatever. Haters gonna hate, as the immortal phrase goes. Anyway, that's it. That's literally it. This video's probably gone up to about 20 minutes now, hasn't it? Yeah, I've recorded for 6 minutes now, and the last one was 12 minutes, so fuck it, never mind. One of these days I'll do this properly. Oh, fucking goddamn it, I've done it again. Okay, yeah, the one other thing, I've stopped recording twice now. The one other thing, obviously, was that we finally reached 50,000 subscribers fairly recently. But it's kind of slipped my mind because I've stopped making a big deal about subscriber milestones, because they ultimately don't mean a whole lot. Of those 50,000 subscribers, I'd say probably only 10,000 of them actually... Probably less than that, to be honest with you, actually watch my videos on a regular basis anymore. You know, the views is the big thing. Number of views you've got and number of regular views and that sort of thing. Because a lot of people don't subscribe to you, to be honest with you. A lot of people don't subscribe to you, but they still watch your videos. So if you're celebrating 50,000 subscribers, it kind of leaves those guys out, and it's not really fair, sort of, really, when I think about it. So anyway, that's why I've not made a big deal about that. That's why I've not done a special 50,000 subscribers video, because it doesn't mean shit, frankly. It just doesn't. I don't think it even factors into YouTube's algorithms and shit anyway. I don't think. Anyway, well, it probably does in some respect. Yeah, I'm sure it does. But fuck it. You know, I don't really look at things in that way at all. I'm a firm believer in the fact that you can't judge a person's content, the quality of a person's content, by how many subscribers they have. You really can't. There are people out there who do such better videos than I do, and they have less subscribers than I do, you know? So, yeah, that's why I don't make a big deal out of it. But anyway, I'm sure someone would mention it. Dave, you forgot to mention the 50,000 subscribers thing. So, yeah, I just thought I'd throw this in here on the end. Anyway, now I really am going to piss off, so bye-bye, everybody.